After a long time being on the break, they are back. Euro Talk Breaking News Wahala is back and ready to serve you. Now, first news of the week is the Ghanaian anti-LGBTQI law. It is no news that they're saying that justice these days seem to be given different forms and different names. According to the Parliament, the Ghanaian Parliament, they felt like they served justice when they drafted an anti-LGBTQI law. If you identify as an LGBTQI person, you would be sentenced to 3 years in prison. And if you promote LGBTQI activities, that is 5-year prison sentence.
Mr. Speaker, should we hurriedly suspend the rules and say that we are past it? It means that the doors would have been shut on this floor, on me as a member with my own bona fides, just as they do. We have allowed the sponsors today, Mr. Speaker. When the sponsors came, they said they have further amendment. By the way, Mr. Speaker, at the time this whole bill was considered, we were supposed to straight away go to third reading because it was ripe for third reading. But the sponsors came with an application for a further second consideration. In other words, though we had moved past second consideration, they came back again for second consideration. Nobody opposed it. Mr. Speaker, I only pray that the application, the prayer, Mr. Speaker, I'm not really making an application, which application would have to be subjected to a vote. I'm not making an application properly so-called. I'm not making an application properly so-called. I am appealing to the chair that in the spirit of consensus building, as has always been part of our practice, I am appealing to my colleagues through Mr. Speaker that in view of the changes that have been introduced by the sponsors themselves, I feel inclined by that to do further amendments. Mr. Speaker, perhaps one of the reasons why my amendment and order on clause 12 failed was because it had not been advertised. And that members were not on notice. My friend Defemako, my friend Sam George, and colleagues who are part of this process, let's accommodate each other. The beauty of this democracy is when we are able to listen to each other. No matter how long it may be, you have your day. It's an appeal. So, Mr. Speaker, please grant my prayer. Mr. Speaker, please grant my prayer so that I will be able to file my amendment so that I can come formally to move for second consideration. If it fails, if I bring my amendment and those amendments fail, there's no problem. Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.
First, the honourable member seeks the leave of the House to accordingly suspend our orders to pave way for the third reading to be read. The Speaker, accordingly, all of us, in fact, voted for the suspension of our rules, and the leave was accordingly granted. The Speaker, it is only right for us to complete the process. So the honourable member is on his feet. The Speaker, the only thing he has to do is to move the motion and for the third reading. And if that is done, the Speaker and the House will take a decision on that. So, Speaker, I urge the honourable member to move the motion accordingly. And after that is done, the Speaker, we can move on to any other business. But until then, Mr. Speaker, I don't think that there's any other business before. The business before us is the third reading. We have started the process and we have to complete it.
And this has caused quite a war, that's caused a back and forth. People have argued for and against it. Some fellow African countries praising the Ghanaian parliament, while some have condemned them, especially the Western world and the European Union condemning them. But on Kiwi Talk, we give our unbiased, unabashed, and unrelenting opinion. As usual, I'm your host, Marvelous Achafu Kelechi, and I'm always joined by Chimereze Aunaya in our studios in Canada. Chimereze, how are you doing today?
Good morning, Mr. Achafu. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. And breaking news Wahala starts now. So, Chimereze, we woke up to that sad news. I'm sure you saw it. It was everywhere, Instablog, Linda Ikeji on major news headline. And we saw some people supporting the parliament. Some people were against them. Now, let's roll up. We know on this show, what's the word? We are LGBTQI activists. We stand for the community. But still, there have been different school of thought saying that, you know what, this is becoming like a Western propaganda to them, and they do not want it because of the things they are saying on social media, like the she, them, he, they, me, who, they, Z, and everything, like they're saying about pronouns, about asexual, demisexual, pansexual, bisexual, and that it's so much that this is not our name. We don't identify with this. But what's the word? What do you feel about this? First of all, do you feel like it makes enough sense, or that this law should not even come in the first place? What's your take on this?
First and foremost, I honestly believe that if they say being queer is anti-African, then why push a bill? If you say this doesn't matter, this is who we are, this is our culture, I think you should believe so much in your culture that your culture should be able to hold its credential. Why are you then fighting for your culture if this is how your people and this is how your people behave? It simply means that you are afraid that your people do not value your culture. You are afraid that your people may begin to change. That's why you want to put law against such acts. It's just like me saying, okay, I'm trusting my child and knowing my child. I have raised my child up, and my child is going to uphold the key values that I've given to my child. Like the Bible says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from me. I'm not going to start putting measure on my adult child and say, okay, you must come back home by this time, you must not do this. No, I believe that the core value I have put in my child will be able to sustain my child wherever and however my child, and any decision my child chooses to, take, it's based on his own adult perspective. So I think for the Ghanaian society, they are afraid that Ghana and homosexuals will become the order of the day, because they see homosexuals every day. They've seen how the Ghanaian new Gen Z are towards sexuality. You cannot force people to believe something. You can either put an option, but now Ghana is not giving no option. Ghana is trying to impose heterosexuality, and it's not going to work. And again, what do they call them? The senators or the elects that are pushing for
the lawmakers,
the lawmakers that are pushing for this law, they don't want to also get the repercussion or the backlash from this law. If you listen to one of the videos, I think is in Canada, in Ottawa, where they went to the Ghanaian consulate and they began to protest. What did they call them? I forgot what they call this. High Commissioner came out and began to say, oh, we are not aware of this protest. You should have called us and things like that. How could you say you're not aware of a protest that has been going on online? How could you say you're not aware of what's going on online, that everybody is welcome? No, not everybody is welcome when you're about to pass a bill against people like myself.
And liberation.
Hello. Please, hello.
Hi. Yeah, we're here. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
What is going on?
We're here to demand an emergency.
Why you need permission from us?
No, we do not. We're here to
You
demand.
do.
We're here to demand
You have
an
to let us.
emergency.
You don't
have
have
to
to let us know. No, I'm saying that. You cannot just come
Everyone's
here.
filming, you can't touch
We
anyone.
made a
Everyone's
call.
filming, you can't
Call
touch.
who?
We
You
called
can't
the
touch
Parliamentary
anyone.
yesterday.
When?
Yesterday in
Who
the
did you
morning.
talk to?
We spoke.
Look, let's see your leaders. Please come. You open our doors, you don't make you talk to who?
Yeah, I left a voicemail yesterday.
To
let
who?
you
Who
know-
did you call?
We called the High Commission to let you know that we
High
are
Commission
coming.
who?
We
We have
called the High
leaders in the, no,
Commission.
we have leaders in the High Commission.
We called.
So if anything
the
come, let's sit down and
diaspora.
talk.
Yes, we want to talk. We are
Do you have a name?
Yes, we're demanding.
Please let me
an
see your
emergency-
leaders. Please,
We're
please.
demanding an emergency meeting with
Let
the High
me see
Commissioner
your
right
leaders.
now.
Let me
Yes,
see your
please.
leaders. You
Is
don't-
the
you
High
don't-
Commissioner here
Is
right
it?
now? Is the High Commissioner here? We're demanding an emergency meeting with the High Commissioner.
You want to have a
Yes.
so why are you doing this without a meeting? That's what I'm asking you.
What
an emergency meeting with the High
Commissioner
Commissioner
right now to demand
A High Commissioner of this mission?
Yes.
You want an
Wait.
emergency
Demand
meeting
an
with the
High
High
Commissioner is not
Commissioner?
here. I am acting. That's what I'm asking
You
you.
are the
You are,
acting High
you are,
Commissioner.
you are, you are with who?
What is
Do
your
you
name,
have-
the acting High
You're the
Commissioner?
acting High Commissioner.
I am telling you that.
So
What is your name?
Yes.
My brother,
What
can we
is
sit
your
down and
name?
talk? Why? What do you need a name for?
Oh, really?
What I'm
No
asking
name.
you is
No
even if you
name.
come in there, let's sit down.
What is
Can't you
your
see the
name?
High Commission? Am I not coming from the High Commission? I'm
the
telling you,
High
you are
Would you like
not.
to meet with us publicly right now?
wanna
in front of
You're
everybody?
doubting me?
Yes, because we are asking for an emergency meeting to demand a
Where is the request?
the
What?
request
Tell them
is
why.
here
Tell them.
right
Tell them
now.
why we're here. Tell them why we're
Why is there
here.
a
Tell them why
request?
we're
Ghana
here.
is dangerously close to passing an anti-LGBTQ bill.
If you don't know the details of something, you come and say.
We are rights,
Explain
are
to
human
you.
rights.
We are
You
explaining
understand?
the details right now.
You are,
We're
which
explaining the
details?
details.
Do you have the details?
Would you like to
Are
hear
you
me
in
speak?
Ghana? Are you
Yeah,
in
we're in
Ghana?
front of the High Commission.
What I'm saying is that do you know when you're talking
Yes,
about
I do
the
know.
bill, do you know difference between bill and law?
The president,
You
I
know
think,
the difference between bill and law?
I do know the
That's why we
difference.
need to sit down and explain.
I do know the difference, and you don't need to explain because
And you can't do this in our phone without our
yes, we
authority. That's what I'm
can.
telling you.
Yes, it's public space. We actually can.
This is Ghana.
Yes, I know. I'm Ghanaian.
Yes, this is Ghana.
Yes, I am Ghanaian.
So come and sit down with your people and talk. That's what I'm saying.
We are
We've not
asking.
closed our doors to you. Did we close our doors to you?
Okay, what is happening right
Let
now?
me who are the leaders. Let's see you. If you are Ghanaian, you sit down and,
Okay.
and listen to us.
Great. We have a
Whatever
we have a letter
request,
to
whatever
present
this thing
right
that you
now.
have,
Yes.
do that.
We have a
But
letter
if,
to
if you
present
come to
right
us
this
and we
second.
close our doors to you, then you have a cause to complain. But you've not made any request. We've not closed our
We let
doors
you
to
know
you.
yesterday that we were coming.
You is that?
We made. Do you
To
check your
who?
voicemail?
To who?
Do
That's
you
the
check
question
your
I'm asking
voicemail?
you.
Yes or no? Do you
Is
check
that
your
okay?
voicemail? Yes or no?
Which voicemail are you talking about?
The voicemail
Who
for the
did you
Minister
talk
of
to
External
when you called the
Affairs.
mission? Madam, please come. She's in charge of our
Okay, great. Yeah.
Did you receive any call from them? Don't lie, man.
Oh.
Don't lie. Do you have any evidence? You don't have any evidence.
Yes. Focus on why we're here.
What is the evidence? Please show it to me.
Okay. Well, we're
The letter you are giving, show me the evidence that you sent us a letter, you've not received a response. That's what I'm
Would you
saying.
like to see the letter right now in this
You
emergency
are now presenting the
situation?
letters to us and you
Present
can't
the
go
letter.
down here. Let's
You're
go in
presenting
there.
the letter.
Let's go in there, we take the
the letter
letter.
be
That's what I
taken?
mean.
Will the
In
letter be
everything there
taken?
should be a rule of law.
Will we
There
be
should be a
having-
procedure. That's what I'm telling you.
This is the procedure. It's an emergency meeting.
What is the emergency about this?
The emergency is about the anti-LGBTQ law.
What is the
that
emergency?
being-
I say, what is the
The
emergency?
emergency is that it is imminently going to be placed on Nana Akufo-Addo's desk to sign. So we are here from the
And I'm
Ghanaian
telling you, do you know that
We are
difference
here
between-
from the Ghanaian
Hey, hey, don't
community.
shout, don't shout.
You have been shouting the
You are
entire
I'm not
time.
shouting.
You are shouting at let him
So we
speak.
are
You should know the difference between
Let
the
him
bill and the
speak.
law.
I know
Let
the
him
difference.
speak.
Okay?
It is
Let
So
him
come if you have any
speak.
reservation.
Let
We
him
sit
speak.
down and talk.
Let him speak. Let him
You
speak.
don't- we don't
Let
have person
him
who's a
speak.
Ghana.
It's unhuman.
So we are
It's
coming in.
unhuman.
So we are coming in to have a meeting.
No, what you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. People will die. People will die. This is an emergency.
I'm telling
This is an
you,
emergency.
there's a
People
difference
will
between bill
die.
and law.
I
People
know.
will die.
It is not
We
law.
cannot wait
People
until
will
the
die.
law.
This
We
is
cannot
not
wait
right.
until the law
This
passes.
is not right. Queer people
Because
deserve to
until
live.
the law
If you are
passes.
patriotic Ghanaians,
Oh,
you don't
really?
know
I am
what
not
you
a
are doing.
patriotic Ghanaian. I'm ashamed of my country right now.
Yeah.
Do you want us to come in and have a meeting with you? Yes or no? We will sit here until we are allowed to enter to have a meeting with you. Yes or no?
Call the police. Call the police. Interesting.
Can you go live, please?
Yes.
The Ghanaian High Commission, allegedly the acting High Commissioner who refused to speak to us, who actually came out and yelled at us, is calling the police because apparently we are not allowed to come here. We are coming through the wrong channels, and I am allegedly not a patriotic Ghanaian because I'm explaining and expressing dissent against the way that we were treated just now, the clear, like, complete and utter disrespect that we experienced. I didn't even get a chance to present a letter. We were told to come in to meet, then we were told that we're not going through the right channel. So, I will continue with what I was gonna say initially. I'm gonna put this down over here. Let me hold it. Yep, here you go. So the police is being called, allegedly. We're here on unceded Algonquin territory while multiple genocides rage on to demand that the Ghanaian High Commissioner oppose and publicly denounce the anti-LGBTQ legislation being entertained in Ghana's parliament. Just now we were told, do we know the difference between a bill and a law? And why is this urgent? It's urgent because we can't wait for a law to pass for this horrible, horrible, draconian anti-LGBTQ legislation to go any further without saying anything. By the way, we did call them and let them know yesterday that we were going to be here. We called. Unfortunately, we got voicemail. They don't check their voicemail apparently, so there is allegedly no proof of us calling or us letting them know that we were here. But we did. We as Ghanaians are no strangers to colonial oppression, and it is for this very reason that we must fight for the rights of all Ghanaians, regardless of gender identity or expression, sexual orientation, ethnic background, disability, socioeconomic status, and any other aspect of their identity that exposes them to shameful and abhorrent discrimination. Shame! Shame! As we stand here, we must make clear the reasons that this bill is dangerously close to being passed. That is why we're here, because it is too close already. The climate that has been created in Ghana by the entertainment of this bill is horrible. Would you like to meet with us? Should we come in? Shall we come in or no?
I didn't realize you are the listener of our former High Commission.
Would you like us to come in or no?
Yes? And you are behaving this way?
Yes, I am. Would you like us to
Very,
come in?
no. It's very, very appalling.
Okay, I'm appalled as well.
It's very, very appalling.
I can also be very appalled.
Who brought you here? Your father and also
I'm here by myself.
the former High Commission.
I don't know what you're
Right?
talking about.
And you have a reservation about an issue. Is that the way you go about it?
Because it's an emergency, and when I
What is urgent about it?
what is urgent about
If you
this?
are Commissioner's son or daughter, you know the channel that you pass through to get to the High Commission.
Unfortunately,
And the
because
question
of
I'm
my-
asking you,
because of
the
my-
question I'm asking you,
Ask me a question now.
did
answer
you
your
make
question.
any effort and the doors were not open to you? That's the question I'm asking you.
So, what we're in the situation that we're in right now is somebody who is a Ghanaian who has just recently had to go to the Ghanaian consulate in Toronto and dealt with unbelievable unprofessionalism and my deep innate knowledge of the deep and complete disrespect that I already anticipated that
Do
we
you have any evidence of that? The issue is about evidence. Have you made any
The issue is
complaint?
about evidence?
Do you know the consulate is under the High Commission?
Yes,
Did
I
you
do
know,
know
made
that.
any complaint up to the
How
head?
am I supposed to make a complaint?
If you are not
when-
if you are not the son or daughter of the former High Commissioner, I will say that you don't know the procedure. Do you understand? But here you are, you know the system and you know what to do. Do you understand?
Why is this
That's what I'm
urgent?
saying.
Why is this urgent?
What makes it urgent?
This is urgent.
What makes
This
it
is people's lives.
Intent is intent. That's why I'm not shouting.
You're
The
shouting and
intent-
you're pointing directly at
No.
my face.
What
What makes this
What I'm
urgent
saying
is the
that
fact
if you are
that
using the word urgent, and I'm telling
as
you
a
that
citizen
if
of
it-
Ghana, I
listen-
have the
listen
right.
to
No,
me.
I'm not going to listen to
I
you
am
because
not
you do not
saying-
listen to me anymore. So
What I'm
I'm
saying
not going to
that
listen to
then
you.
go to the street. You are in
No.
our premises.
Okay, so
Go
what
to
is
the
going to
street
happen
and
right
read whatever
now?
you want to.
Obviously, you must be ready for the backlash. If you're going to pass such a bill, those who live in countries where it is legal could go back and protest. So the question remains is, if this bill is passed, let's remove sentiments aside. Let's remove sexuality aside. Let's remove faith aside. Let's just ask a very simple, direct question. If this bill is passed, or when this bill is passed, what is the benefit? How does it benefit the Ghanaian culture? How does it benefit the Ghanaian economy? Is it going to bring tourism? No, it's going to shorten tourism because people who are queer, who identify as queer, will not come to Ghana, will bypass Ghana. It is going to remove all the humanitarian aids that are supposed to come to Ghana. Western countries who support human rights, who value human rights, are going to boycott Ghana. That is the second thing. When this law is passed, how is it going to benefit the Ghanaian city? How is it going to benefit the Ghanaian organizations that are supposed to have been in Ghana to help, prevent things like HIV, to help prevent things, sexually transmitted diseases among queer people who pull out their resources? You're going to see a high rise in HIV/AIDS. You're going to see a high rise in debt. You're going to see a high rise in keto and setup in beating queer people. You're going to see a high rise in inhumanity against. We are not saying legalize homosexuality, but what we are saying is based on human rights and human rights analysis. Look at countries, especially look at Nigeria, who has an anti-gay law. You get it? Who has an anti-gay law? Look at the damage it has done to Nigeria. Look at the effect it has done to Nigeria. Look at the death toll. Look at the HIV toll. Look at the STD toll. These are the things we are asking the lawmakers to look at. You might not legalize same-sex marriage in your country, but at least don't criminalize it, because criminalizing an identity, the worst thing that makes this particular anti-gay law very, very harmful is that it is urging family members to turn against their children. It's urging parents to out their children. It's urging neighbors to out people. So queer people cannot even live in Ghana. They become a less citizen in Ghana. So it is going to bring about backlash. What if queer people decide to revolt? You call me out, I can go out and begin to accuse innocent people and say this one is gay because of the way he walks. I can go about accusing people if nobody agrees with me. I can begin to blackmail. The blackmail will be on a high rise in Ghana. So we need the lawmakers to look into this law. What are the benefits of this anti-gay law? That is the first question. What are the dangers of this anti-gay law? Now, to the LGBTQ community, to the few people who have come out, kudos. But I see the Ghanaian LGBTQ community as a caricature. Apart from Angel Maxine, who I don't want to say because of my friendship with Angel Maxine and because she's been on Curator, but apart from Angel Maxine,
because I don't even know who Angel Maxine is, so maybe
Angel Maxine is the lady who sang your driver could be LG. I don't know how you don't know Angel Maxine. Your driver could be.
This is the singer. I don't know her. I just know that she might be a singer, but not
yes.
really.
Apart from Angel, and no, she's an activist. Activism is in various forms. There's
it's in various forms too, but there might be other activists.
There's singing activism. There's political activism. There's criminal activism. So there are different types of activism. We know activism like JP Crime Fighter activism is criminal activism, blackmail activism. So there are different forms of activism. But Angel Maxine is one of the activists that have been seen, that have been going around singing kill the bill. She has been singing kill the bill for a long time.
If you give no job, prison, whether man or woman, prison. If you watch porno, prison, more than one man and woman, prison. If you say you are gay, prison, even if a gay virgin, prison. If you feel sorry for a gay in prison, and you go and beg for them, prison. Even if your own child, oh, prison. Doctor helping a gay, prison. Lawyer defending a gay, prison. Man dressing like woman, prison. Woman dressing like man, prison. If they can't tell your gender, prison. If they're not sure of the sex, prison. Prison, prison. Everybody prison. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill the bill. Love is our will.
But apart from Angel Maxine, what are the rest activists in Ghana doing? The protest at even the High Commissioner office in Canada was a caricature. How many people came out? 4 people? 6 people? Is that the population of the LGBTQ community in Ghana? Is that the population of the LGBTQ community in Canada that are Ghanaians? What are the rest country doing? Nigeria, LGBTQ folks in Canada, what are you doing? How are we helping our sister countries, our sister communities? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. We need to start taking LGBTQ matters in Africa very, very serious. Most of us, we feel safe because we are in America. But I want you to count, apart from the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada, and maybe Finland, which other country are LGBTQ people allowed to go freely? Can you go to any Arabic country? Can you go to Dubai? Can you even go to Africa? If you're going to Africa, you only have South Africa. So we need to start taking this seriously. We all cannot live in America. We all cannot live in Canada. We all cannot live in the United Kingdom. And nobody has the right to deny us the right to stand on our father's land. Nobody has the right to deny us to sit or live in our father's land. So it's high time we begin to talk on these pressing matters. It's high time where people begin to look into politics. It's high time where people begin to look into lawmaking, legislative lawmaking. It's high time we begin to look into important key matters. Even journalism that we do, if not for Kelechi Achafo and Chimereze Henry Ahuna, which other queer journalists do you know that is gay and that is African? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Over to you, Mr. Achafo. Welcome to Breaking News Wahala.
It is just less than a week. Thank you very much. I think you said a lot. You've almost said it all. For me, I would just like to add just a few touches before we call it home. Even the Ghanaian Ministry of Finance was telling the president not to sign the bill. The president has them until 7 days. When a bill is passed, you have to give consent. And it takes about 7 days before the consent is given to the bill. And so we are counting down, all eyes on the president, counting down whether he would sign the bill, because the Ghanaian ministry was telling them that they were going to lose a lot in terms of support from whether the World Bank or the United Nations, the UN, the EU, because these are countries who believe in LGBTQI rights. And you would not expect most word, the same way you have your own beliefs and structure, it's the same way they have their own beliefs and structure. And one of their beliefs or structure is that LGBTQI people obviously must have liberation, must have freedom of expression, must live their lives with comfort and not discrimination and stigmatization or even being thrown in jail just for sexuality. I don't know how absurd that can be, but I remember one of the videos, I think I sent you that video, you see, where one of the lawmakers, one of the lawmakers was saying it in the house that why would something that two people do in a bedroom be something that we're discussing and trying to pass a law against? It shouldn't concern us. What we should be concerned about is passing laws of economic reform, things that affect the community, like maybe things that cause harm to the community. Like two people, whatever they do in their bedroom, we don't care. Some people enjoy different forms of activities that you might even find absurd in their bedroom, but because we can't see it, nobody knows. We don't care. How we see is just a human being. As I think was a lady that was saying that in one of the videos. I think I sent it to you. Maybe check it out. But what I'm just saying is that the final thing for me is that Uganda did the same thing. I think their law was even much more tougher than this. Even they were even trying to even get death penalty or life imprisonment for the queer crime. They ended up signing, I think, I can't remember how many years it was, but it's a long time. Until now, what has happened? Nothing. All they have is that they freezed most of the aid coming to them. Uganda is still in a mess. Their currency is one of the worst performing currency in Africa, but the worst performing in the world, not even in Africa. One of the worst performing currency in the world. It's next to paper, almost next to nothing. Then you wonder, what should be the issue? It should not be economic reforms. The same fate is also befalling Ghana. Ghana is struggling with economic crisis. This is a country that even last year, IMF had to give you bailout funds. The same Western world that you always criticize. Oh, they are trying to invade us with their country. But when you need help, you run to them. IMF gave Ghanaians bailouts of millions of dollars. I still wonder where the money went to. So sometimes it's just quite absurd. And then you wonder, when it comes to, as Africans, so that's one thing I hate. We put, what's the word, being, some of the things we call culture, or some of the things being conservative, above innovation. most of this Western world, it's not all rosy. Even me that have been here, I've faced my own homophobic abuse. I remember telling you about it. So it's not as if over here it's like, oh, sun and dry, everybody is happy. But you say, oh, I'm gay, oh my God, I support you, I love you more. Not like that. But the government has made sure of one thing. They are not fools when they make the place safe for both LGBTQI and community members and everything. They want a place whereby everybody can be functional, everybody can be creative, everybody can invent, everybody can be productive. If you make an homophobic society, you are going to make sure that LGBTQI persons are not productive. It's just the truth. But it's quite a shame. So I'm waiting for the president. All eyes on him. I'm sure Uganda has any African country signing anti-LGBTQI laws or that have laws supporting LGBTQI. We can do the comparison. Countries like South Africa, Botswana, and co. that signs laws supporting LGBTQI seems to be some of the best performing countries in Africa, and some of the most homophobic countries in Africa, like the Ugandas and the rest of them, and even Ghana trying to take over and Nigeria. We know what's happening to them.
Please, we should put Nigeria in that first line because Nigeria is the most homophobic country.
Yeah, and so we can see what's happening with the Nigerian, both the economy, both the productivity and everything. And people can judge from that. It's just quite a shame. And like what the Ministry of, I'm happy that the Ministry of Finance and the Ghanaian Ministry of Finance is not going to agree with telling the president that leave this thing for the Supreme Court. Do not sign the bill. Just leave it that the Supreme Court should determine whether it aligns with the Ghanaian Constitution. Because according to them, they said the Ghanaian Constitution recognizes what's the word equality. So to not have a constitution that recognizes equality and then something like this comes in, and just because they are trying to quote and unquote, oh, want to preserve our culture, sign such rubbish into law. It's quite a shame. Our empathy to the people of Ghana, to our people of Ghana, we are going to keep up with the news. We're going to make sure we follow the news, and any other updates, obviously, will be first to break it here. So all eyes on the president now, if he's going to sign the bill or not. I think the 7 days is going to be due either next tomorrow, but even tomorrow, I think I'll confirm, but we'll see what happens if he signs it or not. He has for 7 days to sign. If he doesn't sign, he has 14 days to give a reason why he's not going to sign it. All eyes on the president, all eyes on Ghana. The bill must not stand, obviously. This is quite a shame. They should focus more on reforms and stop collecting money and bailouts from the so-called Western world that they do not like. But yes, when it comes to giving you money and bailout, when it comes to borrowing, you always run to them first. And that's our offering for Q Talk for this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As you guys know, we bring you some of the best news in Africa and the world back to back. Till next episode. See you guys later. Peace out.